Welcome to the Men's Supa-Liga A game. We have the Phoenix Futsal WA versus the West Coast Cobras. Milam with the ball now. Across to Totechi. Against Luke Ross down the line. If Ross gets touched, it'll be a corner ball. Up top ball to find Zayed. Good interception there. Down the line to Jamal Yusuf. Backward Pseudo. Unfortunate Milam intercept. It's a 3v1 situation. Yusuf doing well to track back to Totechi. Oh, so very, very close. Oliveira not quite at the back post for that tap in. Ross with the ball. Ross. Looking for options. Trying to find Yusuf over the top into the hands of the Phoenix goalkeeper. Milam doing well to Pizarro doing well to hold off Milam. Sets him back down across to Totechi. Tries him to Zayed. Hajar with the ball down the line, intercepted by Bakar. Milam now down the line, has Oliveira down to his left, opts for a shot. Totechi was not quite there. Ross now. Ooh. Ross with a not so great pass to Yusuf. Oliveira with a nice high tackle to intercept it. Went out for a ball. Phoenix pressing high, but Pizarro charge right. Great strength there by Bakar. Quick throw by the keeper now. Oliveira with signature step overs occurring. Phoenix now look to reset. Both teams playing in a 3-1 setup. Phoenix now just keeping the ball. Shadon Milam with a bit of a scuffle there. Milam now with the ball, trying to play to Totechi. Intercepted by Hazrat. Game started off quite intense so far. Bakar down the line with a toe poke. That's 2 or 3 opportunities now where Phoenix Futsal were in the back post. It'd been an easy goal. Okay. Houston now with the ball, down the line, finding Pizarro, great ball there. Trying to get past Milam. Am I doing that? What am I doing?
That foul by Oliveira on Ross. Sees the referee bring the 2 players together and talk to them. Pizzuto with the ball for Yusuf. 1-on-1 with Tatonchi. Cuts inside. Good save down low. This game always had the ability to be fiery, but will it kick off further? Oliveira taking the ball out of play. Ross looks up, looking for the run. Yusuf does well to keep possession of the ball. Tatonchi playing that ball out of play. So that ball turning over to Phoenix. James Oldroyd not stepping on the court before taking the kick. Syed. Luke Ross standing up against Miguel Oliveira, turning and attempting to finish against Robles. So Ali Millam looking to square up Luke Ross just a minute ago. Russo receives from Robles. Takes the Tonchi on down the line, beats him really well. Millam comes across the cover brilliantly though. Oldroyd receives and Syed's touch takes the ball out of play. Oldroyd with the corner. Russo taking the ball onto his weaker right foot. Tatonchi does well defensively. Very good challenge there between Tatonchi and Russo. Al Muhammad comes and gets the ball, gives it back to Tatonchi. Oliveira. Eshraian wins that little battle. He wins that one as well, winning the header in front. Syed for Millam and Oldroyd with the touch. Again, a game that certainly will get fiery between several ex-teammates. Oliveira with an excellent touch. Resets to Azimi, to Millam. You can see Oliveira moving into that pivot position. A great reverse ball, but Azimi just can't get to the far post. That 3-1 shape from the Phoenix. Oliveira is very dangerous at pivot. Russo with his head up. Plays Oldroyd. Back to Russo. Yusuf making a dangerous run into pivot. Ball just ended up out of play. Oliveira taking the chance to have a break. Azimi receives under pressure. Good tackle by Russo. Millam and Russo clashing. I think that would have been a soft foul if that was given. Azimi cuts out the pass well, but Oldroyd wins the ball off of him. Russo driving forwards, but Millam does a very good defensive job. Al Muhammad picks up the ball nice and simply. Azimi down the line. That ball from Syed out of play. Eshraian looking up. Looking for the run of Russo. Syed cuts it out. Sala on the ball. Syed now under pressure from Russo. Can't release the ball quick enough, but Russo unable to gain possession. See some very sharp movement between attacking positions for the Phoenix. Cobras coach John Goodlich letting his players know he wants them back, closing down that central area. Good ball over the top from Millam. Syed can't get his touch out of his feet though. Salah controls, good tackle by Oldroyd. Doubling up with Lukman Syed. Millam tries to nutmeg Eshraian, can't do it. Now it's a 2v1. His pass just out in front of Oldroyd. As the Cobras tried to counter-attack quickly. Pass was just a bit too heavy. Al Muhammad back for Azimi. His pass is really overhit. Good first touch by the lady in the grandstand. Lukman Syed looking for Oldroyd. Does well. Excellent battle there between him and Bakar Zayed. Good challenge by Oldroyd. Azimi looking to take the kicking quickly, but can't. Salah into Millam. He's nearly collected by his own teammate, making a run there. Salah with the corner for Millam. Azimi open at the far post. Not sure why he didn't shoot first time. Pizzuto's pass is loose to Oldroyd under pressure. That deflection hitting Lukman Syed potentially in the arm, but that deflection from half a metre away is never going to be given as a handball. And nor should it be. Arm was in a natural position. Definitely not handball. Good challenge by Russo. Lukman with a good turn. That was a good save in there by Robles as well. Now Oldroyd to Pizzuto, and his touch at the far post has gone over.
James, next one.
Sorry, I've just been given a note as well. So, Bakar Al-Karaguli. I'm going to try and pronounce that right. My apologies if I don't. Millam does well to retrieve the ball. Good tackle by Syed. You got 2v1. Driving forwards. His pass is cut out by Salah. This game has been extremely end-to-end. And exactly what the fans want, nice and physical. Ross cuts out that pass from Salah. Oldroyd from Syed, driving forward with the shot. Al Muhammad was stretching, but it was just outside that left-hand post. Salah with a little flick. Ross takes the kick in quickly. Makes some space for the left foot shot. Easily saved by Al Muhammad. Eustace for Salah. Looking down the line. Back to Eustace, and that ball now is through to Tom Robles. Oldroyd for Ross with a bit of space. Can he find Pizzuto at the far post? He can't. Millam with the ball. Slowing things down, looking for the run. Well defended by Lukman Syed there. Farah just being told he has to step back to 5. Syed with Ross. Great return ball. Great turn by Syed. Oh, off that far post. Excellent pass by Luke Ross. And a nice little cut by Lukman Syed, but just the outside of the post. This game certainly has been not just the game of the round, the game of the season so far. Millam beats a Clarkey, taking on Ross. Great tackle there by Ross. Earns the kick in off of Millam. Potentially a corner. This game is extremely intense. Finals futsal in round 2. Great movement by Syed, feigning that he wasn't interested. And we have a timeout called by Phoenix Futsal, so we will be back in just a moment. All right, so we are back. The score is still 0-0. Like I've said, an extremely physical game, but a terrific display of futsal from both teams. The movement from the Phoenix side in possession has been terrific, and the counter-attacking ability of the Cobras. Both sides a little bit unlucky not to have scored it at least once. Yusuf under pressure from Salah. Pizzuto does well defensively. Ross calms things down to Pizzuto. Farah across. As Pizzuto looked for a Clarkey at the far post, couldn't quite get him into the right position to receive. Al Muhammad for Salah. Eustace resets. Farah in the bottom corner. Dispossessed by Pizzuto. Good save by Al Muhammad, and Farah does well on the floor. Al Karaguli driving forwards with the shot. Deflected over for a corner. Very, very end-to-end at the moment, but again, a terrific spectacle. Lots of chances at both ends, both goalkeepers being tested. This is the sort of game you want to be playing in and watching. I definitely don't want to be playing in it, just letting everybody know. Great ball across by Farah, trying to catch Yusuf out, but Al Karaguli does well. And then Farah looking at the far post. Robles picks up. Able to settle a little bit, perhaps. This game has been breakneck pace so far. Ross for a Clarkey to Pizzuto. Farah looking to cover. Ross is in space. Little attempted dink. Wasn't quite enough to beat Al Muhammad. The corner, Ross's shot under a little bit of pressure from Farah. The pass was probably a little bit wide. The Cobras really looking to press still. Al Karaguli gets a decent bounce. Yusuf cuts off the pass though. Able to drive forwards again. Eshraian looking to return it to Yusuf. Al Karaguli wins it. Good tackle by Eshraian. Ross wins it in front. Farah for Eustace, looking for the return ball beyond the Clarkey. The Cobras have recovered though. Australian wins it, finds Yusuf. A Clarkey driving, Australian gets it back. Good tackle though by Farah, recovering well. Both teams' work rate has been exemplary on and off the ball as Ross plays it out to Yusuf. Al Karaguli gets beaten, but defensively did well. And then Eustace as well, covering for his teammate. A Clarkey being told to press. One-on-one with Farah. Eustace being blocked by Yusuf. Eustace in behind. Can he get it to Al Karaguli? He can't. Good win by Australian. Good tackle by Salah. That ball deemed to be out already. Luke Ross with just over 30 seconds to go. Green ball. Good tackle by Farah. And that handball there by Eustace was rather glaring, as there is 16 seconds remaining. Australian on the ball, Luke Ross in behind, Yusuf out to the left. Oh, there's a big space there in that wall, and maybe Al Muhammad's getting it sorted out. This ball may just go straight at a Clarkey. The right knee of Salah was in the way. The Clarkey's touch out of play. Al Karaguli looks up for Farah. Just slightly overhit. Al Karaguli wins it. Farah finding Salah in that corner, but ball was out of play. A Clarkey going up to goal. See if Luke Ross can get the ball to him, maybe get a touch. That ball into the roof. And that will be halftime, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back very soon. We are back from halftime. The statistics for that half: Phoenix Futsal with 144 attempted passes. Cobras just under 130. The passing percentage for both is just over 70%. Shots on target, total shots are 10-7 to the Cobras, and shots on target 4-3. A very even game so far. Cobras getting us started this second half. Oldroyd with the ball, one-on-one. Great save by Kirkby. James Oldroyd is a very good finisher usually. He will be unhappy with himself there, despite Kirkby's excellence. Tatonchi with the kick in. Al Karaguli finding Millam one-on-one with Australian. His touch just letting it getting between his legs. Oliveira receiving well. Just couldn't get it in the path of Millam. And then Al Karaguli's pass is cut out by Oldroyd or Pizzuto. Just trying to pass the ball while also having a look around. Russo driving forwards, cuts to his left. Takes on to Tonchi down the line. Resets now to Pizzuto. Great work there by Russo to be a threat down this left. Russo with a good sliding challenge there. Pizzuto maybe should have left the ball for him. A little bit more communication needed there for the Cobras players. Al Karaguli into Millam. His touch just out of play. Difficult ball in the air to control. Oldroyd receives, drops it off with the outside of his foot to Russo, but his touch under pressure from Tatonchi is out of play. Oliveira back to Al Karaguli. Then to Tatonchi. Great run by Oliveira. Tatonchi tried to play it, but just mishit his pass. Oldroyd drags the ball back. Lovely move. Plays Pizzuto into Russo. Great slide challenge there, but Pizzuto's able to get it. Robles only as far as Tatonchi. Again, this high pace is having an effect on the players. Tatonchi now. Standing up Russo. Oliveira with that cut into the bottom corner. Great finish by Miguel Oliveira. He nearly did it in the first half. That shift of his body and cut into the far corner. Really, really good finish by the number 11. Across his body, you can see just now, just that into the bottom corner. Terrific goal. Put the Phoenix 1-0 up. Pizzuto for Australian. Oldroyd back for Pizzuto. Australian again. But that ball's out of play. Tatonchi looking for Millam. Syed's header is not enough. Just saw the ball into Millam. Syed just the ball skimming off his head, and Robles unable to get his knee down as the score becomes 2-0. That miss earlier from Oldroyd at 0-0 could come back to haunt the Cobras at this stage. Both teams having played some excellent futsal, but will the Cobras be able to get something out of it? Good header by Ross, back to Robles. Good movement by Syed to receive. Trying to get it back to Ross, but earn the kick in. Ross's ball across off Kirkby. Pizzuto looking to find Syed. Oliveira keeps the ball in play. Went to ground very easily on that far side though. Oldroyd trying to beat Millam, but the ball just beat him out of play. Well done by Pizzuto to win that ball. And a good touch by Ross. We can hear the chat from the Phoenix bench. Just block, don't dive in. Excellent discussion coming from the sideline. Oldroyd does well, slips, but now there's a 2v1 potentially. Oliveira to Millam, cuts back, and Lukman Syed had dropped. And it was maybe a little bit of a salmon header, but he got what he needed to on the ball to stop it going in. Salah's shot, blocked by Ross. He's looking forward. Millam comes across, great turn. Good little flick pass. Salah's pass is cut out by Pizzuto though. Excellent little interplay on this near touch line between Millam and Salah. Ross blocks the first pass. Azimi's gone forward though. Into Al Karagouli. And Azimi finishes to make the score 3-0. A little bit unlucky for Oldroyd, that challenge. And then the ball up and over Robles, as we can see. And the Cobras have called a timeout, so we'll be back in a moment. All right, so as you can see, Luke Ross with the fly keeper kit on. The Cobras deciding nice and early with still 12 and a half minutes to go. I'm not going to lie, I do love that intention, that mentality. Looking to press forward and make something of the game to get a result. Good ball from Ross. Clarkey cuts inside. Needed to shoot or pass a little bit earlier. Good save by Kirkby. Good touch by Ross down the line for Clarkey. Al Karagouli to Millam. And Ross with his chest brings the ball down. Yusuf on the ball to Syed. Down the line for Russo. Yusuf cuts the ball. Body was natural. Nothing wrong with that. Good tackle by Ross. Clarkey now resets to Yusuf. Clarkey to Ross. Syed back to Yusuf. Ross looking for the angle to Russo. Al Karagouli with the header. Yusuf on the ball, finds Russo. Russo gets the shot off the post. Clarkey may have actually stopped the ball going in. Good block there by Clarkey. Sorry. Al Karaguli. Yusuf for Ross. Down the line. Clarkey's touch, letting him down there. As Kirkby drops the ball for Al Karaguli. Millam. Quick feet just to keep possession of the ball. Yusuf with a good win. Plays a Clarkey. Try to get the ball through. The Phoenix defense is standing resolute at the moment. Millam one-on-one against the Clarkey. Clarkey wins it. Like we said a moment earlier in the first half, both teams, including players who are friends off the court, getting heated and fiery. Yusuf pass cut out by Al Karaguli, and Azimi just lets the ball go out of play. A Clarkey for Yusuf. To Ross. To Russo. Russo inside on his left foot. Pizzuto now onto the court. Ross forwards. A Clarkey good touch. Shot out at the near post though. And not pressing. Al Karaguli can shoot. Again, I don't think there was much in that. I think that was a follow through more than anything. Yusuf through for a Clarkey. He resets well with the outside of his right foot, but needs to shoot first time, really. Yusuf to Ross. Ross having his touch forward, the shot. Kirkby with a huge save. That top right corner. That is an unbelievable save by the shot stopper. I know it's literally in his job description, but that is an incredible stop. The Cobras need to be a little bit more decisive. The ball movement has been decent, but they're not really threatening. Yusuf now wins. His shot is blocked by Al Karaguli. Sorry, I'm still getting used to saying that name. My apologies, Bucker. Ross to Pizzuto. So still, Cobras need to be more threatening. Just 6 minutes in now. They may well be wearing the Phoenix players down, but they still need to threaten more. Australian really should have shot there. Ross was a couple of meters too deep, and his shot took a couple of seconds too long to get. Again, they're too deep, waiting for that shot. Luke Ross. Good block by Salah. Plays Millam. Can he get a meter of space? He does, but it's a good block. Good block by Pizzuto. Millam hurrying along to take the corner. Australian defends well. Pizzuto now Oldroyd. Oldroyd again to Australian, looking to play it across. Al Karaguli has just kicked his goalkeeper. Hopefully Nick Kirkby is all right. How Karaguli showing all his athleticism there. 1.5 meters off the floor, managing to get his goalkeeper. Certainly was not his intention, but it looks all right. The shot stopper seems to be all right. Yep. Gives the referees a thumbs up. So the ball back in from Oldroyd to Yusuf, to Pizzuto. Ross really needs to still be getting higher again. Yusuf shooting with a toe, and it's through. And that is what the Cobras need to do more of. Intention to be more dangerous. Better intention there, and Yusuf gets the goal. And the score now 3-1. Farah plays Millam under pressure from Oldroyd, both doing really well. Millam with unbelievable technical ability and composure to do that under pressure there by two players. Farah just trying to flick the ball down the line past Oldroyd, can't get it there. Good nudge there from Australian. Australian wins the ball. Oldroyd looking for Pizzuto. Was probably 50-50 in his decision making. Good recovery though by the Phoenix players. Excellent defensive recovery from the Phoenix, but is that fly keeper defense starting to take its toll? As their defensive movement has slowed down. Ross to Pizzuto, now to Yusuf. Those two passes a bit loose though. Yusuf looking to thread it through. Kirkby does well against Oldroyd. Pizzuto with a good run. Farah just hadn't checked his shoulder. Kirkby for Millam, does well against Yusuf. Good battle there. Millam's able to turn and won the ball. Excellent work there by the pivot. Al Karaguli beats Australian. Good save by stand-in Luke Ross. Oldroyd cuts that pass out. Yusuf with the ball, plays Ross. Over halfway now, so he's got time. To Pizzuto, to Oldroyd, looking for the return pass. Kirkby just saying thank you, ref, for the decision. But then his throw unable to be retrieved by Millam. Good, excellent defending by Al Karaguli. Yusuf, that ball, Oldroyd, there was a little deflection and it just moved on his path to him and he couldn't then redirect it at the goal. Pizzuto and Ross with a 2v1 here. Pizzuto finds him, touch inside. He plays Syed. Kirkby wins. and then does well to hold the ball up. Millam with the finish. Excellent throw there by Kirkby after the dummy to shoot. Good finish by Millam. The Cobras are not out of it, but they really need to be pushing on now. They need to be shooting much more often. Good tackle by Oldroyd. Yusuf intercepts. One-on-one with Al-Karaguli, beats him. Good save by Kirkby. Very good save by Kirkby. Oldroyd with good movement. Yusuf finds him. And a timeout given, a timeout called by Phoenix Futsal. Oh, sorry. So that was indeed a timeout. With 50 seconds remaining, Phoenix Futsal have to try and maintain possession. Russo wins it. Good save by Kirkby. Pizzuto keeps it in. Finds Russo from Oldroyd with 35 seconds remaining. Again, they're not out of it, but they need to be taking chances to shoot. You see the pressure there from Russo, gets the ball into the middle. Pizzuto kept it in. And the finish at the far post. The pressure there. Russo fouls Al-Karaguli, but it stops the clock. Pizzuto looking to step in front of Millam. And it's gone through to Ross. 26 seconds. Oh, two deflected headers. And Kirkby decides to put it down the other end. 17 seconds now. The Cobras need to get 2 shots. Pizzuto goes direct to Russo on the floor. He can't get it over to Oldroyd. That will be the end. That will be the end of the contest. Eustace trying a little chip. With just 1 second remaining, Ross will throw the ball forwards, but that will be time. A very, very good win for Phoenix Futsal WA. 4 goals to 2 in what was a very, very high quality game. The stats will be up in just a minute. Just to recap the game. 2 goals to Ali Millam for the Phoenix, 1 for Amir Azimi, and 1 for Miguel Oliveira. For the Cobras, laid on using their fly keeper, we saw a goal to Jamal Yusuf and a goal for Halil Russo. Not quite enough in the end, but that was an extremely entertaining match. We'll be back in just a moment. We're having a little bit of a technical issue, but I'll just quickly go through the statistics. Cobras finished with much more passes after that second half of playing fly keeper, with 323 to Phoenix's 240. The completed passes, or the percentages for each team, Cobras 79, Phoenix 70. And the shots, 24 for the Cobras, 14 for the Phoenix. But the shots on target were not as much different. 13 to the Cobras, only 9 to Phoenix. 4 goals to 2. A very, very good game between both teams. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back tomorrow with more live futsal. We will see you then.